Well, this morning, your votes are still being tallied, but we now have a much better idea of what leadership in our cities and counties will look like in the coming years. Right now, it looks like about 24% of registered voters in Spokane County made their voices heard yesterday, and it looks as though voters in the city of Spokane will decide between Ben Stuckart and Nadine Woodward to be their next mayor. Initial results show the two candidates have a strong lead ahead of the rest of the pack. Woodward received the most votes with just over 42% to Stuckart's 37%, and that means the campaign trail ends here for Sean Poole, who took home about 12% of the votes, Jonathan Bingle, who had 6%, and Kelly Cruz with 2.5%. And we're joined now live by Ben Stuckart, Spokane City Council president, who's vying to be the city's next mayor. And Ben, I think we all knew this would probably be a close battle between yourself and Nadine Woodward. So how can you win this race come November?
Oh, I think we talk about our vision for the city, which is walkable business centers and housing variety. We need to address our housing crisis. And the way to do that is really to take areas like Perry Street and Monroe Street, replicate what we did on Sprague with revitalization. It helps small business, and eyes on the street are best for public safety. And I really think we're going to take that to the doors and knock on another 10,000 doors over the next 3 months.
And this affordable housing has been one of your major campaign issues. What's the reception been like for your plans when you've gone out and talked to voters?
Oh, I think when we talk to voters, it's great. It's just a matter of how many voters there are out there and can we knock on enough doors. Everybody wants a walkable neighborhood. That helps everything. It helps the small businesses. It helps public safety, supports those businesses, helps with our affordable housing crisis. It's good for the environment. And most of all, as we have walkable neighborhoods, we have community, and that's why we all live in the city together. It's because we're part of one larger community. And so, you know, I think we're sitting in a really good spot. They spend $150,000 in outside money from people that don't live in Spokane. I think $150,000 for my opponent and $100 for me was spent on outside money. And so I think we're doing pretty good considering all that money.
Yeah, and real quickly, your opponent has, you talked about it last night, has maybe talked about fear a lot. You've chosen to talk about your belief in Spokane. And why do you believe in this city so much?
Oh, I grew up here, and I just think it's a wonderful place, and I believe we're on the right track. We're seeing progress. We're having growth on the North Bank, near where your studios are right now. And I was just driving in and looking at that Wonder Bread building and all the amazing things that are happening. And I think we need to continue that and address our problems like the housing crisis. But I don't believe that we're on our way. I believe that if my opponent wins, we're on our way to public camping. She said recently that she doesn't believe we can have more shelters. But the Ninth Circuit is really crystal clear that if you don't have enough shelter beds, low barrier shelter beds in your community, you can't enforce the camping laws. So that means people could publicly camp on your front door, and there's nothing the police could do about it.
All right, well, congratulations on making it to the November ballot. We'll be talking to you, I'm sure, much more over the next 3 months. Mark, over to you.